Yes, go Leafs, go. Go Leafs, go. All right? Those refs were pretty bad. Sure. You know what? But by the end of this conversation, let me just show you why the refs were irrelevant. In the end, the refs were irrelevant, okay?
Suck it for now.
Oh, jeez. Nice one, Leslie. So yes, folks, that's right. The Leafs lose to the Ottawa Senators. And before we get into it, there's a couple things I want to look up real quick, okay? Before we get into it, there's a couple things I think we should all know, okay? Let's see this. No, not that. Where is it? Here we go. All right. Shots by the end of this thing, 48-36 for Toronto. Ooh. We got 2 power plays out of our 5. They only got 1. I don't know what that means. No, wrong stat. Never mind. Or maybe it is the right stat. Man, I don't know. All I'm saying is, you look at the puck possession on the screen that they showed as well too. It was looking pretty good for Toronto. They pretty much owned. I think it was what was it, 21 shots or something like that to 2 in the third period for a big chunk of that. Insanity. So the Leafs gave up a couple of bad goals, right? I mean, I can tell you what happened. I said it last season. Nobody listened to me. I'm saying it again this season. Let's see if anybody listens in Leafs land, in Leafs upper management, coaching. I don't know what it is, man. But the refusal to cover in front of your own net.
Is that goal regulation size or what? Jeez!
No, it is regulation size, and the Leafs aren't covering it properly, right, Leslie? They're not covering it properly, guys. I mean, I can show you 2 examples at least from the goals here tonight. That they're not being covered in front. They get their open opportunities, and they're going to score the number 1 style of goal in the NHL. The cross crease one-timer. There's a reason why it was popular in the video games. It happens a lot. You know what I mean? But my goodness, guys. Until that gets fixed, I don't want to hear nothing about goaltending. I don't want to hear nothing about quit or anything else like that. It's a coaching decision. There's no way that every defenseman on the team is playing this way just because they all feel like it or because they're all making the same mistake. There's no way out of 6 defensemen, nobody is gonna cover in front of the net without being told not to cover like that. They don't cover anymore. What they do is they get ready to try and intercept the pass. So rather than occupy their strength by tying up a man or getting in front of him and making contact and nudging him out of the way, I'm talking about strict, legitimate stuff, okay? Until they start doing that, all they're focused on is trying to intercept the pass because it's better to have the puck than not have
what's going to happen. My patience is running thin.
When it comes to this issue, yeah, my patience is wearing thin. That's right. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's the same problem. If they're not going to cover in front of the net and instead just trying to intercept the pass, I mean, all their stats show it's better to have the puck than not have the puck, right? Wrong. Better to control the game than not control the game. And look what happened when the Leafs started controlling the game. That went from 3-0 to 3-2 pretty quick. You know what I mean? Once the Leafs actually started controlling the game, right? You don't need to score the most perfect goals when that's the case. So, I mean, there it is, right? That's why they lost those couple goals. The refs, sure, awful. But it didn't need to get that way before they even got to that point. It didn't need to get that far in the game. The Leafs could have been owning this game a lot sooner. But without covering in front of your net, it's like pulling your goalie. You know what I mean? You could play a solid game, all the rest of the stats. But if you're going to leave the front of your net that wide open in today's NHL, you might as well just pull your goalie. At least you'd have an extra skater out there. You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand why all 6 defensemen cover in front of their net that way. I don't understand why year after year it keeps happening. Different players each year. So, I mean, it's not our defense not knowing what to do, right? They even had the one tonight where they came over to try and cut off the pass. Left the man wide open. Now, he shot it over the net, right? He shot it over the net. But straight up, right? Like, you got to cover in front of your net because it doesn't matter how good you do for the rest of the game if you're going to give the chances that wide open. But that's fixable. The reason why I used to get so frustrated about this last season is because it's fixable. And all it's going to take is for them to realize this is what we got to do. And you can do it. You can do it. Right? I see a chug of the bottle in there from Thievis. Thank you. Right? So that's where I'm at, guys. Sure, that was a kick-in. I don't know how you don't call that Ottawa goal, that first one, a kick-in. Yes, his skate is turned to the side, sure, and you're allowed to score that way. You can even slide your foot like into place and twist it on purpose to deflect it in. But what you cannot do is have your foot back and then motion it forward as you make contact. I mean, you look at that replay, and that's exactly what he did. Sure, he turned the blade, I know, but that's a motion forward. But again, why is he wide open in front of the net, guys? If he's covered in front of the net, he can't make that kick to begin with. So you guys might want to blame the chat, or sorry, well, you guys in the chat might want to blame the refs and stuff, okay? I don't, because like I said, something like that, I mean, you can just cover the man properly, and then you don't have to worry about kick-ins. You cover your man properly, he's not even going to make contact with the puck. And it's all the defense all the time. And it happens on other teams too quite a bit. Everyone just tries to stay open to magically intercept the pass. There's a reason why guys back in the day didn't do that. Because they knew, right? You're talking about stopping a little black disc of rubber through the air in all the chaos rather than occupying a guy's space so he physically can't touch the puck. What sounds easier to you? But everybody's a hero in today's NHL, right? Everybody's a hero. Got to knock it out of the air and then somehow end up on a breakaway instead of just doing the ugly play, which is tying a guy up so he can't score, having the goalie cover it for a whistle. I know which I would choose. I know what I would choose for sure. I don't even think Mrazek was that bad. It is what it is, man. And then you saw him go down at the end of the second period there. Yeah, you knew he was hurt as soon as he hit the ice. You knew it. You knew it. I knew it. But I didn't know he was going to be out. He got up pretty quickly, but you knew something got tweaked in his groin there like that. So, you know, my goodness. Again, I'm liking to see Willie Nylander and Jason Spezza still tearing it up. These are two names I love to see come by, put up big stats. I mean, it was awesome. You guys are right, man. The third period was a thing of beauty for Toronto. But you're already down 3 goals. Why? Because you didn't cover in front of your net. Okay? So, if anyone wants to tell you any other, oh, they didn't care enough, or, you know what I mean, they didn't have enough grit or anything like that. You don't need that. You don't need grit to do what I'm talking about. It's not about punching guys in the face. It's not about hacking and slashing. It's about playing your position properly. And to say they don't care, they're all doing it uniformly. So it's not like they don't know the guys there. They're being taught to cover these guys differently. And it's stupid. It's stupid. So it's clearly not the player's fault. After this many years, this many games, it's not the player's fault anymore, guys. Could be a coaching thing. Someone on the roster, someone on the management side of things. They're not doing it right, man. They're being fed the wrong information, and I blame all these stats guys, thinking that they know how the game goes. Well, this is what you get. You're a slave to the stats. You know what I mean? Everything has an equal and opposite reaction kind of thing, right? That's the science. So, you know, if the trend is everybody's doing this, you don't do that. Because now you have to fight with everybody else to try and do that better. What you do is you do the opposite formula to shut them down and give you the opposite kind of chances. It's balance, man. You don't even have to understand hockey to understand that principle. It works in every sport. It works in every challenge. Whatever you're being confronted with, just do the thing that's the counter opposite to that, and you'll win. You know? Do the thing that's like it's kryptonite. Everything's got a weakness, so do that. Am I making sense? Am I making sense here? So anyways, thanks very much for listening to my rant there. I want to get into what you guys are saying before we go, okay? But what a game. It's only the second one of the season. I mean, I'm not too worried, guys. I'm not too worried. Ottawa can beat us.
His name is John Cena.
Yes. Amberpreet, thank you very much for the John Cena. So you know what I mean, Lauren? You know what I mean, Leslie? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, guys? Like, it's the second game. There's plenty to go, or plenty of room to go. I mean, Ottawa whooped us a bunch of times last season, and they ended up not even making the playoffs, right? They're perhaps the most irrelevant team in Canada right now. They could change that. They could change that overnight, starting with this game. I'm not saying I'm predicting the future here, but up until this point, Ottawa Senators have been the most irrelevant team in Canada for I don't know how long. Last 3-4 years. Nobody cares. So I don't care. I don't care. Let them win all the games. I don't care. We'll see where they are in the playoffs. We'll see if they get there. And then they can start chirping me. If their team makes it and ours doesn't this year, hey, I'll listen to some chirps, you know what I mean? Because that'd be fair. But for now, that's what I'm thinking, guys. What are you guys thinking? I ramble too much, okay? Let's go.